Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are continuing spooky season. I only have 3 looks left to do until Halloween based off of my posting schedule. So today I thought that I would do something a little bit simple, something that's going to be more of a last minute look, something you can easily do other than just doing like your makeup basically. Just adding a couple little things and you're totally fine. So this is going to be a Purge and styled makeup look. This is one that I saw on TikTok by a girl named Glam with Macy, and this is the look right here. Now I have all my products laid out in front of me, and I'm gonna play with a color that I don't typically play with a whole lot, especially for lipstick. But I wanted to do something new, do something a little bit different, not something that I usually do. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. First thing that I want to get started with is we're going to start with the base and we're going to do the brows after. So first I'm going in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, which looks like this. And we're going to go ahead and put it on our face. I like this one because it's going to be oil free. I have really dry skin, but I don't like oily things on my skin. But it's also really good at pore filling. So we're just going to kind of focus it mainly here and then put a little bit on the forehead and just kind of push it out some. So now that we have the primer pushed into the skin, we're going to go ahead and get started with foundation. So for foundation today, I'm using the Makeup Revolution Stick Foundation in the shade F1. For anybody who doesn't know, stick foundation blends out much easier with a brush. So I'm going in with my Morphe M444 brush, and we're going to go ahead and... I really like this foundation because it goes on so smoothly and it doesn't feel like cakey or greasy at all. Now that we have the foundation blended out, which actually it looks like a pretty good match right now. So now that we have that blended out, we're gonna go ahead and do concealer and add a little bit of extra coverage. This foundation is pretty much, I'd say it's probably about a medium coverage. Only because I could still see some of my redness, especially on my cheeks, and you can still see my breakouts that are on my chin. So we're gonna go in with my e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Warm, and we're gonna apply a little extra coverage under the eyes and on the chin and forehead. Now you guys know that I usually apply my foundation and do my base after I do my eyebrows. So this feels a little bit weird. I'm also gonna do a little bit on my nose. This is a little bit weird, but I used to do my base first and then I stopped because I like being able to do my brows first so I can make sure they're more structured, versus if I already have my base done, I'm afraid to do my brows the way that I want to because I don't want to mess them up. Now I'm just kind of stippling it out versus pulling it, just because it's going to help apply a little more coverage. We've got that blended out pretty nicely. I'm going to kind of do a little bit up here, but we've got that blended out pretty nicely. So now we're just going to go in with a sponge and go over it, just make sure that everything is blended in. Now that we have the base kind of set, or not set, but we've got the base made, we're going to go ahead and set it. I am switching up my powder a little bit, and I'm going to go in with the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh powder. And this is in the shade Light. So I'm going to go in with this, and you've got the protecting seal over it always. Then I'm just going to go in with my little Morphe sponge, and we're going to go ahead and set the face. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to lightly bronze the face just to add just a smidge of color. And to do that, we're going in with the Anastasia bronzer in the shade Cappuccino. Now you guys know typically for bronzing my face, I go in with this brush right here. However, I want to go in with a brush that's going to be a little bit bigger and fluffier just because I don't want the powder sticking in certain spots. So I'm going to go in with this brush right here from Real Techniques. This is just like the giant fluffy face brush. So I'm just going to go into my bronzer and we're going to go ahead and warm up the face. Now that we've gone in with that, we're going to go ahead and put some blush on. So for blush, I'm using my Catrice blush in the shade Golden Coral, which looks just like this. Now we're gonna go ahead and quickly do the brows. So for the brows, we're just doing something. We're gonna go in and we're going to fill them in a little. So we're going to be using the Benefit Precisely My Brow in shade number 4. So this is my standard brow products, and we're just gonna go ahead and start filling it in. So now I've got the brows filled in, so now I'm gonna go in with some Gimme Brow Plus in shade number 5 and provide some extra tint. Now that we've got the brows done, I am gonna go ahead and go in with my little EOS lip balm. Now this one was sent to me by Influencer in my Vox box, so I did not pay for this product. However, every other product that I have mentioned I did pay for. So I wanna say thank you so much to Influencer for sending this to me. And this is gonna be in the flavor Strawberry Peach. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little bit of lip balm on, so that way when I go in and do lipstick in a little bit, my lips aren't dry. So now we're gonna go ahead and start doing the outlining for the Purge look. So it looks like she might have taken the white liner first and done it. I'm gonna go watch the video. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I'm back. I just wanted to go back and watch the video again so that I could figure out exactly what she did. That way I knew. So I'm going to go ahead and do the liner. So now I'm going in with the Colourpop BFF liquid liner in the shade Graceland, which this is just the white liner. And I'm going to go ahead and start drawing all of the lines that I'm going to make. So now we've got it just like that for right this second. So now we're gonna go ahead and take pink. Now usually I don't mess with pinks a whole lot, but I do actually want to go ahead and do pink with this because I think it looked really pretty on her, and I kind of actually want to play with pink. So we're gonna go ahead and take the pink and go over the white. Okay, so for the pink today, we're gonna go into the Angry Mommmy Cosmetics, which is a indie brand that I found on Twitter. We're gonna go into the hot pink loose pigment, and we're gonna go in with a pretty tight knit brush because we want to be able to keep the color where we want it versus it going all over the place. So we're gonna go in with the Morphe M506, and we're just gonna go ahead and open the pigment, tape over it to keep anything from coming out. And of course, like, I have nails, so this makes it really difficult. But I'm just gonna take a pair of tweezers and peel it off. Now we've got it like that. We're just gonna tap some of the pigment into the cap. So we're only gonna start with about that much for right now. And we're just going to dip the tip of the brush in it, and we're gonna kind of like pat off any extra because we don't want too much on there. And now we're gonna go over everywhere where the white lines are and just make it look neon. Alright guys, so now that we have done the outline and everything, we're going to go in and do the finishing touches. So first thing that we're going to do is we are going to spray our face with some setting spray. So the one that I'm going to be using today is from LA Rose Beauty. This again is another indie brand that I found on Twitter. And this is her Ready Set and Glow Mist in the scent Sweet Orange. So mix it up or shake it up, go ahead and spritz your face. Now while your face is still a little bit wet, we're gonna go into the Aurora Glow palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I want to go into this shade and this shade, mix them together, and then we're going to highlight the cheekbones. So now that we have the inner corner highlight done, we're gonna go ahead and do mascara. So for mascara today, we're going to be using the NARS Climax. We're gonna go ahead and do the top and bottom lashes. So now we have some mascara, so while that is drying, we're gonna go ahead and do the lipstick. Now this is where I also do not usually go, and hopefully this is not a mistake to do. But we are going to go into the shade Prom Night by Jeffree Star, and it's this super vibrant pink. Hopefully it doesn't look bad, because if so, I'm just gonna delete this part. But alright, so we're gonna go ahead and put some glue on the lashes now that I have them cut. For this, I'm just using my Kiss Lash Adhesive with Aloe. So I'm gonna put a thin amount on it. Now while those ones are drying, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing to the other side. Now that we've got the glue on the lashes, these ones are already gonna be pretty tacky, so we're gonna go ahead and place these on. Now once I have the lash on, I do like to go ahead and take some lash curlers, and this helps me kind of press them together. These ones may be a little bit too dramatic for this look, but it's okay. Alright guys, so the last thing that I'm going to do, which hopefully it doesn't look bad with this pink lipstick. I'm kind of feeling like it's not the best match, but we're gonna leave it like this. So the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with this shade Barbie from the Gloss for Life X Blonde Beauty collection, which I do have a discount code with them, which is Kier15, and I will put it right down here at the bottom of the screen. So if you guys do decide that you want to use my code, you are able to. It's also gonna be in my description box down below. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put this over top of Prom Night. I think that it's so pretty and it smells so good. Alright. So this is going to be the finished look, guys. Super easy, quick look to do. Again, hopefully this pink lipstick doesn't look bad with it. I wanted to try to keep it like bright and colorful versus go with like a nude or a brown or something dark. So hopefully this looks good with it. If not, I'm sorry. But this is the finished look, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, I have 3 looks left to do, including this one, for the month of October, for spooky season, for all of my Halloween looks. So after this video, I will only have 2 Halloween looks left. And then after that, I have some super fun, very exciting videos coming up, and I cannot wait to be able to share them all with you. Hopefully you guys love this look as much as I loved doing it, and I will leave the credits for the original artist in the description box below, as well as a link to her page. So if you guys have any recommendations for any videos that you would love to see from me, or if you just want to say hi, just, you know, drop something down in the comment section below. I will get back to everybody as soon as I possibly can. You can also follow me on all of my social media platforms: Twitter at Kirsten Lee, Instagram at klb.beauty. So thank you guys so much. I love you all, and I cannot wait to see how my next video turns out, and I hope that you guys love it as much as I do. I love you. Have a good day.